2, 3. Okay, well, why don't you tell me about your most memorable work experience with Kevin?
I think my most memorable work experience with Kevin was when we had the birthday party earlier this year, and Ryan busted out a piñata. And trying to trick Kevin, Ryan held up it was a hard piece of cardboard or wood, I can't remember exactly. And Kevin very carefully prodded at it and then whacked it so hard that he made Ryan drop it and jump out of the picture. I think that was maybe the hardest I've laughed at work and probably my favorite experience with Kevin here in the office.
What is the most memorable thing you can think of working with Kevin?
Probably the fact that he's so good at cornhole on beer Fridays without drinking beer.
So Mike, you've worked with Kevin for the last 14 years. Why don't you share a fond memory?
So there are definitely several, but I think what stands out the most is that back in the day when we were all a lot younger, not as many people had kids and stuff, we used to go out drinking on a team level fairly often. And, you know, Kevin, even though he's not a drinker, he would always come out and hang out with us the entire night while, you know, some of us sometimes got a little ridiculous and maybe did things that would leave us embarrassed. But not only would he hang out the whole night and keep a smile on his face, I always remember him offering to give rides to people at the end of the night as well. And, you know, I don't know if it's because he really just didn't mind us acting like idiots or he really wanted to help out with those rides, but it's something that I've always appreciated him for.
Okay, Ryan, you've worked with Kevin for many years. Why don't you share a fond memory?
I think one of my earliest memories of Kevin was when, as a scrappy young release engineer, I was doing my best to improve the systems, and I went through and standardized the settings, the configuration settings for all of the sniper servers, which was great, except it meant they were all processing the same work and we were only bidding on about 10% of our snipes. So after a couple hours of missed snipes, Kevin came over to my desk and helped me untangle my improvements, and we got Sniper back up and running together, and I stopped trying to improve things without his blessing.
So Jacob, why don't you go ahead and share a memory you have of Kevin?
So Kevin and I have been playing together outside of work for quite a while. I started out on the softball team. Kevin was there, and then pretty soon we stopped doing that and we got into kickball. And you know, Kevin was the captain for the first couple seasons, and then he kind of got tired of it and he passed it on to me. And after that, Kevin was always my assistant coach. Whenever I was going to be out of town or whatever, I would pass off the roster to him and he'd take care of everything. And he was always an amazing assistant coach, made sure everything got done and helped me learn more about how to manage a team. And we've just always had a lot of fun together. Kickball has been one of the highlights of working here, and playing with Kevin has always been fun.
What are your thoughts on Kevin's choice in Major League Baseball teams?
Well, not everybody can be a Dodgers fan, and I understand that. So if you had to pick a team outside of the Dodgers, there are like 31 other really good teams. I guess 30 if you don't include the Dodgers, but the Giants isn't one of them. Sorry, Kevin.
Who do you think is Kevin's favorite player on the Giants?
Well, I think if you look historically, it probably had to be Jeff Kent, because Jeff Kent ended up being a much better Dodger than he ended up being a Giant.
All right, so I've been told that Kevin has an alter ego named Evil Kevin. Have you ever seen Evil Kevin, and can you tell me a little about that?
So I think when I may have seen Evil Kevin come out, it's always been on the softball or kickball field. Every now and then, Kevin would maybe make a mistake or things wouldn't go his or our way, and he'd get really down on himself, and his whole mood would just change. Kind of to the point where you just want to leave him alone and not say anything, kind of trying to cheer him up or telling him he should feel happy. Just wasn't a good idea there. So I'm not sure I've met all the different iterations of Evil Kevin, but that's probably where I think I've seen him.
So Jacob, we've heard rumors that Kevin corrupts young children. Has he corrupted any of your children?
He has. My youngest child, Gavin, was roughly 3 when he came into the office, and we had hand sanitizer stations. And Gavin goes up and he got some, he rubs it on his hand, and he looks at us and he licks his hand. And I, of course, am just like, oh, Gavin, no, come on, this is not good. Kevin just laughs, just straight up laughs out loud. And so, of course, what does Gavin do? And there it continued for I don't know how long, the licking of hand sanitizered hands.
You mentioned that you've never seen Kevin drink a beer whilst playing cornhole, but if you were drinking a beer, what do you think his favorite beer would be?
It's a good question. I've thought about this a lot. At first I was going to go from something maybe from Kona Brewing Company, Hawaii connection and all. And then I thought, well, he's probably a Bud Light guy since he doesn't drink a lot. But I really kind of settled on, I bet he's a Stone Brewing. Something dark, something spicy, maybe something odd with, I don't know, ginger or some odd flavor to it. Yeah, that's what I think he'd have.
To the other half of my two-headed giant, I've had a lot of fun with you, Kevin. It's been great working with you. I am really happy to have had you on my team and to have had all the experiences that we've had. Thanks for dragging me back into Magic, even if it was with some trepidation on my part. And I'm really happy for you. 20 years is a major achievement, especially in this day and age. And I am really happy to have been a part of that.
Great.
Hey, Masuko. Good job climbing that corporate ladder for the past 20 years. Looks great on you, buddy.
Hey, Kevin, I just wanted to take an extra moment, just wish you sincere congratulations on making it to this 20-year mark. It's crazy thinking back to the beginning that we'd both still be here today. And hey, maybe I'll follow in your footsteps one of these days, but I'll never catch up to you.
Kevin, so sorry I was not able to come out to your party this week. I'm in China right now, celebrating another, albeit less significant, 20-year anniversary. Kevin with a Y. That's a very unique spelling. I actually wonder if there's other Kevins that spell their name with a Y. I have to go to Wikipedia because everything on Wikipedia is the truth. Let's see. We've got a hockey player, a makeup artist, a Belgian road bicycle racer, an American actor. Holy crap. It's our own Kevin Masuko. Wow, that was crazy. Who knew our very own Kevin would be sharing a Wikipedia page with a Belgian road bicycle racer? Anyway, sometimes it's really hard to put in context how much can change in 20 years. So I figured a few facts might help. September 9th, 1999. Bill Clinton was our president. September 9th, 1999, Sega launched the Dreamcast here in the USA and actually broke a record for the most video consoles sold in a 24-hour period. September 9th, 1999, the San Francisco Giants, I think, Kevin, you know a little bit about that team. They were still 10 years away from winning their first World Series. They actually had September 9th, 1999 as a day off. It's probably why Kevin decided to start at Octiva on that day. And they were sitting with a 76-64 record, in case you're interested, Kevin. September 9th, 1999, AOL website was actually the #1 visited web domain. September 9th, 1999, Beyonce was still just known as a member of Destiny's Child. And on September 9th, 1999, there was a Florida man, probably drunk, maybe naked, but definitely probably robbed a convenience store of a couple of 12 packs of liquor. But still, the most significant thing that happened on September 9th, 1999, Kevin started Activa. Thanks for your 20 years of service, Kevin. Best of luck.